All right, Algebra 2 students, we are going to work on page 3 of your study guide over radicals. On page 3, you are going to multiply and you are also going to solve. We are not going to go into exponential form. Okay, that'll be after Christmas break. All right, on number 19, if you take a look, you guys have done something like this before. X minus 2, x plus 3. What you guys would do is you would distribute, which is multiplication, and then you would simplify. In this case, it's the same context, okay? I'm going to show you the step by step, and then we'll simplify later. You can skip the step by step if you need to. All right. So, 3 times 1, okay? That's where I'm getting all my numbers. And then 3 times 6 is 18. Let me skip that part. Let me write it for you guys step by step. Here we go. So you're going to take 3 times 6 square root of 5 inside term plus square root of 3 times 1 distribute plus square root of 3 times 6 square root of 5. This step you can skip if you can do your math easily, okay? Then you have 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 6, coefficient stays together, bring a square root over. Plus 1 times square root of 3 is square root of 3. Plus, you got 6 times 1, understood 1. So 6. And then square root of 3 times the square root of 5 is square root of 15. Let me check my math. Okay, 3 times, that's 18 square roots of 5, square roots of 3, 6 square roots of 15. All right. Now if you take a look, your radicals, your radicand has to be the same. I cannot simplify any of these. Your roots are the same, but I cannot simplify them, so your answer is 3 plus 18 square roots of 5 plus square roots of 3 plus 6 square roots of 15. No need to do plus and minuses because you're combining like terms. On number 20, okay? Same concept, you got a binomial times a binomial, you are also going to multiply. Now this time I'm going to skip this part and just do the math. Negative 7 times 4 is negative 28. Negative 7 times negative 2 is positive 14. Carry over your square root of 3. Inside term, 5 times 4 is positive 20. Carry over your square root of 3. Last term, 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. Square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is just 3 because it's a square root of 9. And now I'm going to simplify square root of 28. 14 plus 20, because my radicand's the same, comes out to be 34 square roots of 3. And negative 10 times 3 is negative 30. Combine your like terms. Negative 28 minus 30 is negative 58. These one are by itself. Bring it down. And there you have your solution for number 20. Number 21. All right. For you to add or subtract, your root has to be the same and your radicand has to be the same after you simplify. These guys have to be the same. If they're not, you cannot add or subtract them. So if you take a look, your radicands are the same. Okay? This is a square root, understood 2, and this is a 3. I cannot simplify these anymore. I cannot even put them together. So your final answer is 2 square roots of 10x minus a cube root of 10x. That's as simple as it's going to go. Number 22. Always simplify first. Your roots are the same, but your radicand is not. So at this moment, you cannot add or subtract, okay? However, there's nothing I can do with that one, so I'm going to write 9x cube root of x. Now take a look. I'm going to come over here and do this one just to show you guys where I'm getting these numbers. A cube root of 8 is 2, so 2 comes out. Cube root of x to the 4th, a cube root of that. 4 divided by x, 4 divided by 3 leaves you 1, okay, with 1 left over. So negative 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. X cube root of x. So I'm going to add that right here. You can do it many different ways. Now take a look. Do these guys now have the same term? Same radicand? Same root? Let's combine them. Your coefficient's the same. 9x minus 6x is 3x, cube root of x. Okay, so there's your final answer. Many different ways you can do this one. Okay? All right, 23. Different roots cannot multiply. So here's your final answer. Just like that. Different roots or index. Because we're not doing exponential. 24. Okay. Cube root of 243. Excuse me. Square root of 243. Is that a whole number? There's no factors of 243. Let me check. 243 divided by 3 is 3 and 81. Factors of 81 is 9 and 9. All right, so I'm going to rewrite this. Here's a pair with 3 left over. Factors of 81. Let's do that. 9 and 9. You need 5 of them. 3 and 3. 3 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. None of them can come out. Okay? So your final answer is 9 square roots of 3 times the 5th root of 81. Leave it like that for now because we haven't learned the exponentials yet. If you guys can do it, do it. Okay? That'll be a bonus. Number 25. You are solving. The thing about solving is you need to check for extraneous solution. All right. Opposite of a square root is a square. See how that goes away? 1 square is 1. K plus 9. That should look familiar to you all. Subtract 9 from both sides. So negative 8 is equal to K. You should always check. When you check, come back to the original. 1 equals square root. What is your K? Negative 8 plus 9. Okay. 1 equals, what's negative 8 plus 9? 1. What's the square root of 1? 1. So this answer is correct. Number 26. Keep these guys together, okay? So first of all, you're going to subtract 4. So that gives you the square root of 9 minus 2b is equal to 5. Get rid of your radical, get rid of your square root. Opposite of a square root is a square. That cancels, so you have 9 minus 2b equals 25. Solve for b, subtract 9. Negative 2b is positive 16. Divide by 2. Negative 2, my apologies. So b is equal to negative 8. Okay. Check my math for a moment. Yeah. All right. Check your answers. Plug it back into the original. 4 plus square root of 9 minus 2 times negative 8. All that should equal 9. You can type that into your calculator. Just like this to check. Let me clear this. All right. 4 plus square root of 9 minus 2, parentheses, times negative 8. Right click to get out of it, and that gives you 9. See how that works? This is your final solution. All right. Number 27. Opposite of a square root is a square. You can actually write it like that. Then this cancels. So you have 9a is equal to a squared. Anytime you have a quadratic, try to set it equal to 0. So I'm going to subtract 9a. What you do to one, you do to the other. So you got 0 equals a squared minus 9a. All right. You could factor. You could graph. You could complete the square. You can do quadratic formula. I'm actually just going to solve by solving. So 0, like terms, greatest common factor is in a. When you take a out of this one, you have a left. You take negative 9a divided by a leaves you negative 9. Okay. Set this one equal to 0. A is equal to 0. Set this one equal to 0 at 9. So this one has two possible answers. Check your work, okay? Plug it back in. Here's my first one, where A is equal to 0. Square root of 9 times 0 is equal to 0. Well, what's 9 times 0? 0. Square root of 0 is 0. So this one works. Check the next one, where A is equal to 9, okay? Square root 9 times 9 is equal to 9. I'm just substituting A. What is 9 times 9? 81. Square root of 81 is 9 equals 9. So this one actually has two answers. Number 28. It's not your test. Number 28. Okay. Inverse of a square root is a square, so x squared, and that gets rid of your radical. Okay. You got a square root, you got a square, move everything over. So I'm going to minus 15x, cancel, plus 50, cancel. So now you have x squared minus 15x plus 50 is equal to 0. You can factor, you can complete the square, you can do quadratic. I'm going to try to factor. Two sets of parentheses. Factors of x squared is x and x. Okay. 1 times 50 is positive 50. But two numbers multiplied to give you 50, and it's going to add to give you negative 15x. Negative 5 and negative 10. Solve for 0. Solve for x. So in this case, x is equal to 5. Add 10 to both sides. X is equal to 10. Make sure you check. Let's check that first one when x is equal to 5. Okay. Just plug it in, plug 5 in right there, and it should equal 5. All right. Square root, negative 50 plus 15 times your x, and x is 5 in parentheses. So did 5 equal to 5? So that one works. Okay. Try it again with the next one. Square root, negative 50 plus 15 times 10. It should equal 10. So these two have two answers.